Good evening and welcome to the Peace Circle. I'm Gina Colvario Krupka and I am blessed to be here with you this evening. I'm actually part of this beautiful network's prayer team, and so you've seen me in the mornings or for evening prayer, and I am also the spiritual director for CSL Greater Boston, and blessed to be in service there as well. And on this network, with that, it airs at 5 p.m. on Sunday evenings. So welcome to the Peace Circle. Welcome to the place where we come together to be the change we wish to see in the world. And that is the point of the Peace Circle. Started originally about 8+ years ago. And the point of the Peace Circle is just that. It is to create a more peaceful world. And who wouldn't want more peace in their life? Who wouldn't want more personal peace? Who wouldn't want peace in the world? But how do we get there? We can't just wait, and we're not just going to hope and wait for it to manifest. We are the ones that are creating the world that we live in. So how do we do that? And that's what this Peace Circle is all about. It is about talking about the how. It is cultivating within me the change I wish to see. In today's topic, we do that with different topics every week. Today's topic is living the demonstration. Am I living the demonstration? So is my life, is your life, is each one, as well as the world, more peaceful? How do we demonstrate that? What does it look like? And I always begin the Peace Circle with the poem, I Too Have a Dream. It's my poem that really, I think, says exactly what it's all about. In my dream, too, we all are equal, and not color, religion, nor income defines who we are. Neither country nor region defines us as kin. Whether 2 legs or 4, plant or animal, we were all created of the one Creator, with no greater claim to borrow this beautiful earth. In my dream, we all are one, treating each other with love and respect, and living in peace. We are all truly awake, knowing our purpose, to share love and joy, and to uplift each other, and in doing so, uplift ourselves. In my dream, we each remember and appreciate each other, and truly understand that all is well. So it's that knowing that all is well. And in this topic of demonstration, what does it look like in my life, and how do I get there? I am going to I want to start right with the source. And we're going to begin with a song. And it's just really a reminder of what our source is. So I am not of myself manifesting it. There is one Creator, and I go right to that source. So Karen Drucker is going to help us go right to that source to remember where all roots from.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace, peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me,
Yes. Spirit gives me everything I need. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? And how do I allow it? And it's about allowing it to come into our lives. There is a principle at work in our life, but are we using it? Am I trying to will something of my own, or is it the great I am that I am putting into play? And we do that with our treatments, our affirmative prayer, which is a 5-step process. And in that process is basically set up that way for us to be able to have this knowing and reminder constantly telling us exactly where do I start. And Spirit gives us everything we need. Spirit is that first step. That first step is recognition. I recognize that Spirit is that principle, that power that created me, that created everything. It all exists within that one thing. So what am I doing to remember that oneness, to come together with that? What does that look like on my daily basis? So recognizing the one, that there is only one, and I am within that one. And within that means that as I am there, each one is there, recognizing the individualization of. So I am because Spirit is. That means each person that I meet is also Spirit. There is not, that allness of the universe and then something else. Everything within it is made up of that divine substance, including me, including you. Each one, whether they are magnifying it or not. Sometimes we look at people and we don't think, well, that doesn't look like Spirit. Maybe, or there's days that I don't necessarily act my highest and best. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't born of that one creator. And it's when I remember that, when I unify with that truth, that my power comes. So I recognize there's only one. And then I unify within that one that I am that. And then there's that realization. And that's what the prayer is. It's that place where I am claiming and I am knowing that I know. It is absolutely declaring right here, right now. So here we are at this peace circle. And we're in this place of choosing to be more peaceful. And today's topic, of course, living the demonstration. So, living in a world that is more gentle, kind, that I am seeing the good. I must be that good. So, in my thoughts, in my actions, in my personal day, I am cultivating this truth. So, in that prayer, step 3, I am recognizing and really being in that place of what I claim for this day. I claim harmonious relationships. I claim peace within me, but also the world. And what does that look like? That is where I spend the time connecting with that one mind, being in that place of knowing what I choose, declaring it without question, without doubt, not wishy-washy, claiming it, knowing it, creating that space for it, of it, and becoming the avenue from which it comes through. And there's so much. This is, as you can see on my tabs, Science of Mind, and there's so much in here around that. But it says treatment is not, this is Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind, our textbook. Treatment is not for the purpose of making things happen. It is to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. The moment we think we have to treat to compel something, that moment we are exercising a willpower. So treatment is not mental coercion. It is not willpower. It is not concentration. It's simply opening up a place of creation and a place of acceptance, it goes on to say. So it is a place where I'm saying, I know the thing, I clearly choose the thing, and I accept it right here and right now. Treatment is not something one does to another, not something one does to an environment, nor to a situation. It is always the thing one does to himself. So it is within my mind. I know, and I know that I know. And if there are weeds of doubt or fear, I pluck those weeds right there within my mind. It's the knower. It is my mind that may be blocking what good in some way. So that is that place. That is that avenue that is set up to clearly allow that demonstration. So when I sit there and if I'm complaining about something, I'm blocking my way. So it's being mindful of what it means to allow my good in, to be in that joyful celebration. It goes on to say, it's an action and thought alone. It opens up the avenues, expands the consciousness, and lets reality, with a capital R, through. It clarifies the mentality, removes obstructions of the thought, and lets in the light, with a capital L. We already live in a perfect universe. It needs to be mentally seen and spiritually experienced before it can become a part of our everyday life. So it already is. We're not creating it, we're simply allowing it. And on the next page, it says, my treatment then must not consider the facts. And that's the human facts. Facts are relative. The treatment must become an absolute, and again, capital A. So it's of spirit, absolute. The facts are relative. So, in other words, what we see is a result of what we've been thinking, not the other way around. We're in a society that too often says, well, when I see it, I believe it. But it doesn't work that way. What we believe is what we're seeing, it's what we're creating. And the more, we're in that place of limitation or lack, the more we're creating that. So there's a knowing behind it and an allowing. Principle is not bound by precedent. So whether or not it's ever happened before, it doesn't mean that it can't happen. Before the Wright brothers, we didn't think anyone could fly. There's so many things that weren't until they were. So there's got to be a vision, and that vision is followed through when we pour that intention of spirit, that principle into whatever that idea is. It gives an avenue for it to show up. The spirit within us is God, and only to the degree that we listen to and seek to obey this spirit shall we really succeed. So when we know and we follow that urging, when we know and we follow that right thinking, that's when it manifests. So it's being mindful of it. And it can do anything for us that we can conceive of it doing. And there's different prints in the book. Sometimes there's italics, and those are always important. But when it's all bold type, that's when you know it's really important. And that is in absolute bold. It says it can do anything for us that we can conceive of it doing. So if I don't believe it, I'm right. If you think it's possible, it is. If you don't, you're right. And I believe that was Lincoln that said, you're right. It's just a question of, where is your faith? Is it in the success of, in the manifestation of, or it is in the fear? Whatever you believe and you truly believe, not the words that you say, but the way that you act and where your heart is, that's how you know and know that you know. So it's being in that place and staying there. Treatment removes doubt and fear, lets in the realization of the presence of spirit, and is necessary while we are confronted by obstructions or obstacles. Every problem is primarily mental, and the answers to our problems will be found in spiritual realizations. So, yes, it seems like it's on the outside, but the answer is always on the inside. What is this truly about? And when we go within and we really ask that, we get the answers. They always come. So it's knowing truth and not struggling, not fighting, not trying to make my way. It's simply allowing the flow of spirit. And it's calling and knowing that it's answered. Not if I seem worthy, please. It's knowing in truth and claiming that higher. It's knowing that we are capable of a more peaceful existence, that my life, I can choose to be peaceful. In my relationships, one of the things that changed things for me in a big way was I had to come to the place of realizing arguing took two. I was a lot more peaceful after that. If someone's trying to argue with me, I don't need to argue back. I don't need to be in that place of againstness anymore. And I don't always remember that, but I am more peaceful when I don't give it away. So it's that ease and grace. It's that perfect knowing. It's allowing spirit to follow through on that avenue that we've created and knowing that it must be so as we will go through that, knowing that we're declaring that truth and allowing that the law take it. So once we've declared it, the next step is literally releasing it. Being in that place, we're going over from that point. We're giving thanks for it. I'm so grateful knowing that it's done, but also knowing that the law is the doer. I'm giving it to spirit. I'm giving it away. I don't then get to say, but I want it this way and I want it by that time and it should look this way. It doesn't work that way. I'm declaring the truth. I'm making a way for it. I'm not creating the manifestation. Spirit does that. I have to let God be God. That's the way it works. And when I do, amazing things happen. So I invite you, as you listen to this next song by Denise Roski, I love Spirit is alive in us. What is Spirit calling out for you? What is the universe pointing you in the direction of?
Shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond a hush. Yeah. We feel it, we feel it. Yeah. We see it. Believe it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled. Shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond a hush. Yeah. We feel it, we feel it.
The song says, we feel it, we reveal it. We see it, we believe it. So it's in that knowing that we reveal. Ernest Holmes said, there is a divine spark at the center of your being, but you need to recognize this, believe it, and act upon your belief. So act upon your belief means act as if. So when you're knowing it, know it, feel it. I don't care if it's a car, if it's a bill that needs to be paid, or if it is world peace. What does that feel like? I assure you, if you focus on kindness, if you contemplate and pray and are in that place of meditation on peace and kindness, people will be kind to you that day. Everyone you meet will be in a different place because you are attracting different, because that's the mindset. You're on that wavelength, you're on that frequency. And as you are on that change frequency, more and more people will raise to that vibration. But it takes us doing that within ourselves first before it ripples out. And it does ripple out. It goes next to our families, our friends, our community. Especially that's part of why we have communities of faith. We are in this place of knowing that there is something higher, there's something bigger, there is a greater understanding. And so often that's how we end up in New Thought. I know that's how I ended up there. And I was seeking. And it found me. I had never heard of New Thought. 3 different people from parts of my life said, "You would love my center." And I thought, what is that? No one ever said that to me. I never understood like that. That never even conceived to me that someone would say that. "You'd love my church." And I'm like, okay. The 3rd time I said, "What time on Sunday?" And I was home. So be in that place of knowing that you're looking. You don't even have to know what the answer is, but know that spirit is directing that highest vibration, and stay in it. Be excited about it and follow what's yours to do. And you'll know what yours to do. You'll know what's being, what's coming through you. But there is something within you, and it has to work within you. That's just the way it is. It's not from the outside in. Ernest Holmes said, "I'd rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered." So it's not what you say, it's not the specific words that you use. You can know all there is to know, but that doesn't mean that you're creating the life that you choose, living in it. Children are great at it because they only know the emotion where they're in until we, raise that out of them. But a child is excited. You think of a child at Christmas time, or you think about them at their birthday, and they're excited of what's to come. That's the enthusiasm that attracts, that exuberance of life. When we walk through life excited, it finds us in amazing ways, more and more things to be excited about. I love animals for that reason. There's so much love there because they're not distracted by the other stuff. It's a beautiful thing. I love watching those. They may be silly little videos, but they always make me smile. They are pure love. They're not distracted. So we can get ourselves to be in that place of non-distraction. We can get to that place of choice. But that's up to us to consistently go back to that and make that choice again and again. In this thing called You by Ernest Holmes, his love letter, I believe, it's the love letter from Spirit. He writes on page 4, "Your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment." So the universe is expressing through you. And when we play small, it does not serve. We get a choice. We get a choice of how we live our life. And sometimes it may not feel that way, but it always is that way. It is so important that we remember. Marianne Williamson, actually, I think I still have that quote in here. I'll have to find it for you. But I love her quote of, we get a choice, of what it is that we live by, what we decide. And Ernest Holmes in this goes on to say, "Every man is a doorway," as Emerson said, "through which the infinite passes into the finite." The infinite passes into the finite. Through God becomes man, through which the universal becomes individual. So life belongs to you. And we are that expression, that I am presence, that spirit is. I am that I am presence. Each one is that individualized presence of divine. We may not always act like it. And we may not at times even be in that place of knowing what that looks like, knowing what that means. But we are that presence, and we each have that same access to create. We look at people, when I love Oprah Winfrey, and I love Louise Hay, and I love, these are people that weren't born into greatness. They created that greatness. They knew there was something more, there was something deeper, and they went after that deeper. It's not more accessible to one than another. Each one has that divine spark, but are you using it? Are you choosing it? Each one can, but are you? Hi, Wayne. It's great to have you here. And we are live, so anyone is welcome. Any comments you have, I'd love to hear, anything that you have to say, any questions. Today's topic is living the demonstration. Marianne Williamson said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. We are all meant to shine as children do. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a classroom and I've asked a question which I thought was silly, but I know I needed the answer. And after I started asking questions, other people did too. Or they asked me afterwards, thank you for asking that. I wasn't sure about it either. If you have that question, if you have something within you, everyone has that, whatever it may be. Your voice matters. It's important that we are living that best life. There's no do-overs. We get to demonstrate life, but it's got to be through our beliefs. It's knowing that you are worthy. You are a creative being. Consciously create what you want for yourself in the world. Nina Amir. Consciously create what you want for yourself in the world. So what does that look like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? So you get that choice to decide, how do I want to live my life? How do I choose to be in this place? If I'm happy, great, do more of that. And I can always up level in different aspects of life. And that's the trick, is to keep the balance of the different aspects of life. It's not just one thing, one time. It's all aspects of life. It's about having perfect health, wonderful relationships, being in that place of harmony and choice. It all is possible, but only if we believe it is. It doesn't have to take away from anybody else's good. Your good cannot be claimed by anyone else. And at the same time, if you don't claim it, it's gone. The talents that you have, you were born with for a reason. The world needs them. So it's up to you to bring that out. And as you do, as you are in that place of becoming all that you're here to be, you give other people around you the license to shine. So demonstration comes in many forms, especially joy and appreciation. Gratitude is the greatest flow to any good. The more joy we're experiencing in any given moment, the more good we're bringing into our lives. It works that way. And it's not just our lives, it's the people that love us, it's the people that we care about. We're bringing a flow of good in our lives. Who wouldn't want that? Yet there's times that we battle with things like feeling worthy. You are an infinite child of divine. There isn't anything that you're unworthy of. So, as we are creating and living this demonstration, I invite you to listen to this song. You know, it is Michael Gott and Amazing Things. I invite you, as we're talking about living the demonstration, I invite you to think and really be in that place, that heart space of what do you choose? What does the demonstration look like for you? What do you want it to be? See, we get choices. And sometimes we don't know that we're not making them. You know, we're used to our environment or what people have said, or we're being realistic. We go with what we are used to. But what we're used to gives us more of that. If I want something different, I have to think differently. I have to act differently. So as you listen to the words of this song, really let them resonate and let your heart space open. Be in that place of infinite possibility. What are the amazing things meant for you?
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make, the reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, and you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing for a second. Sing, amazing. Look at somebody else. Amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing. Yes, amazing. You will do amazing things. Can you feel that? Such beautiful energy we've created right here. Now what I want us to do is imagine that we filled this room and we're going to send it out into the world. This knowing, this positive, beautiful spiritual energy. Let's sing, we will do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. We will do amazing things. Oh, amazing. Yes. Amazing. We will do amazing things. Yes. I know we will. Amazing. Amazing. We will do amazing things. We will heal the world today. Amazing. Amazing. We will do amazing things. And now what I'd like you to do with the deepest conviction and sincerity, place your hand over your own heart and tell yourself the truth. I will do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. I will do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. I will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
You will do amazing things. And in that knowing that that is the answer, is the knowing. When we are in that belief, we can move mountains. Spirit in us, as us, is what it's all about, and being in that place. God expects one thing of you, and that is that you should come out of yourself and let God be God in you. So it's not letting ourselves be the ego, but simply allowing ourselves to let Spirit find its way, using us for that highest and best good. Ernest Holmes said, what we demonstrate today, tomorrow, and the next day is not as important as the tendency which our thought is taking. The dominant attitude of our mind, if everyday things are a little bit better, a little happier, a little more harmonious, a little more health-giving and joyous, if each day we are expressing more life, we are going in the right direction. So perhaps it means changing not just what we think about, but how we think. It's a practice that we do every day. You know, as we're driving, we don't focus on the what's in front of us just that one day. We do it every day. We focus on it every day. It's paying attention to what I think about. Making sure I stay between the lines is, to me, that's like I always talk about the rumble strip of life. When our emotions are high or low, The emotions are those rumble strips. When I am not in the right place, that's how I can know that I'm not in those lines anymore. I am not in that place of right thinking because I'm not feeling good. And it doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen, but I can realign myself with truth. And whatever is passes. And wherever I choose to be, I am. I can choose a higher vibration. I can choose a higher thought. I can choose, as each one can choose. To what do we really commit ourselves? Is it to playing it safe and manipulating our life into our whole world so that will give us security and confirmation? Or do we take refuge in warriorship, in taking a leap, in going beyond our usual safety zones? So, what are you committing yourself to today? Are you standing up and saying, you know what, I know, and I know that I know I choose peace. I'm speaking words of peace. I am moving in the direction of knowing what I'm for. I practice peace in my daily meditation. I practice peace in the kindness and the love that I share with others. I look for peace in the world. There is good news, but you have to look for it. You have to find it. It may be on page 27 instead of the front page, but there is good that happens in this world. Look for it, celebrate it, be part of that answer. And the last reading that I have today is on world peace, and it's actually from Unity. It's the booklet that just came out. It's for February 28th, so I'm a little ahead of myself for this year. So it says, my prayers join with others to create world peace. As much as most of us would love to see the world peace occur overnight, lasting peace is truly achieved as more and more individuals awaken one by one and contribute their prayerful intention to humanity. Each praying soul creates an energy that will inevitably find its expression. Just as the individual leaves of an elm tree can contribute to a magnificent cover of shade, so can every peaceful prayer help bring about world peace. A small act of kindness, forgiving, thought, and prayerful hope move us closer to the realization of world peace. The souls who shine their individual lights draw us closer to the moment when the human family sets the world aglow in a light-filled expression of love and peace. I'm going to just read that again because I loved it. Those who shine their individual lights draw us closer to the moment when the human family sets the world aglow in a light-filled expression of love and peace. And that is what we do here. That is the point of being here on the Peace Circle. And I am so grateful to you for joining us this evening. Thank you for being the solution, for putting that good into. That's what it's all about, is being that light, being that love in the world, and knowing that as we allow it to, as we cultivate it, it grows. I love the background behind me, and I'm going to show you what it is. We are that light, and we shine that light out to the world. Allow yourself to be that light. Allow yourself to sparkle. Allow yourself to shine in this way. You are that I am presence. The world needs you to shine. So thank you for being here with me. And there's so much good coming up. And I want to let you know that we have some great stuff happening. 10:15 my time, and it's 8:15 Mountain Time is the prayer for today. We have our prayer time the evening prayers. And we have actually tomorrow is the second and fourth for the wisdom of the mystics. So tomorrow is the wisdom of the mystics, and I'm going to play that commercial on the way out. But I wanted to just let you know that there's some good stuff happening here at the network, and I want you to make sure you stay tuned, because there's some great growth happening, new shows, new stuff. It is fun and more fun. Wayne, shine like a star in my own special way and add a beautiful light to the world. Yes, you do. And I'm grateful to have you here, Wayne. Thank you for being also. I know you are a donor. You are on that love train. And what that is a monthly donor. And we thank you for that as well. You know, you can go to ntmedia.org, and that allows us to do what we do here. We are a nonprofit that is here to help shine truth and light to the world. And whatever you give goes back to the platform and allows for that. So thank you for whatever it is that you can give. We appreciate it. Know that you can reach out to me. I'd love to hear, whether it be comments or suggestions for a topic, whether it be for this or my other show, Finding the Joy in the Journey, which is on Thursdays. And whatever it may be, you can reach out to me anytime. So grateful to be here with you this evening. And there's, like I said, the Sunday service for 5 p.m. on the East Coast. It is 3 p.m. Mountain Time on Sundays. And that is for my Center for Spiritual Living Greater Boston. And the last thing I want to mention is a workshop that we have coming up. We did one on vision boards this week, but we have Reverend Dr. Barry Fleet coming up the end of the month. He's going to be on the Peace Circle this week. And we'll talk about the workshop more, but we'll also talk about his beautiful book, Move Into Your Magnificence. And he's actually doing some wonderful work with men especially. You know, there's a lot of things out there for women, and rightly so, but he does a lot of work with men's groups as well. So, you know, just keep an eye out for that, because he's going to be on Finding the Joy in the Journey this Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all of it. Wherever you are, whoever you are here for a reason. And I wanted to mention too, Dr. Tony LaMotta, who's also been on that show with us on the Finding the Joy in the Journey. She also has got a class coming up. It's 8 weeks, and it's Conscious Aging Connection. So really loving where you are. And you can go to Tony, Toni, LaMotta.com and get more information on that. And you can reach out to me if you have any questions. But it is also going to be absolutely fabulous. So, you know, we have so many good things happening. Be part of the good. You know, raise the vibration of the world. We get to do that. And I thank you for celebrating that with me. Thank you for being that change in the world, for being part of that solution. So again, I'm going to play on the way out the wisdom of the mystics. It's going to be tomorrow, and this is the information for that. Have a blessed evening. Namaste, and I will see you on Thursday with Finding the Joy in the Journey.